Welcome to a new series on the Bennett Railroad Extra section. This is what we're going to call our prototype reference series, where we'll look at various actual prototype cars that we've seen out and about, mostly on the CSX and NS in the Erie, Pennsylvania area, and then the applicable HO scale models that allow you to relatively easily, if not right out of the box with a minimal amount of work, get a prototype current version of that rolling stock for your HO scale layout. So let's see what we have today. Okay, our first sample was seen on Sunday, May 8th in the consist of CSX train Q393 westbound at just about QD 96 in Fairview, Pennsylvania on that Sunday morning. I noticed this car, recognized it, and thought I knew what the prototype reference would be in HO scale, and it turns out I was correct. This is the car here. You can see it's a scrap car now, originally lettered for Sultran, and now apparently they've been sold and they're re-lettered for MLMX. Kind of hard to read. They just kind of slapped it right over the SULX lettering, kept the same road numbers, it looks like. So, with this car, I thought I knew what the prototype might be. It turns out, if you go to pwrs.ca, which is the Pacific West Rail Services, they sell a line of North American Railcar Corporation. It's the line of cars they sell. Go to HO scale, scroll down, and you'll come to their 4,000 cubic foot Canadian coal gondolas. And I actually have some of these lettered for Procore. And I noticed, yep, they do have Sultran. So what this version is, these are the two that I actually purchased. They're on the way to me right now. So these are the two, and they have a various set. If you go in there and open them up, you'll see a whole bunch of them. There's the actual car, and then what I'm going to show. All right, so there's the prototype. There's MLMX 2079 compared to the version that they have here, and you can see it is almost a dead ringer. Obviously, it has to be relettered for MLMX. It has to have the reflective stripes added down the sides, and if you're so into a little bit of tagging here and there. But other than that, you can see it's pretty much spot on. It's got the right lettering on it. It's got the orange end here, which I guess might have been a rotary end, or I don't know what it was. But and then looking a little bit closer, you can see it's got the lettering here. The capacity data looks to be correct. It even has, if you notice, there are the little dots that, at least on this car here, appear almost orange, but they show up as being white here, but they're there. Now this car also has, looks like the capacity data here at this end is very similar. It's got the plate C, the lower two-rung ladder. So in a nutshell, it's pretty much a dead ringer. So very easily, if you want to model this type of car in scrap service now, not the original coal service as they were built, although I'm not sure Sultran ever really did have coal service, I'm not sure. But for current modelers, this is a very, very close representation. You would have to reletter it, add the reflective stripes, which are available in HO scale, and you've got yourself a dead ringer for a current scrap gondola running on the CSX up around Erie, Pennsylvania. So that's where this was seen. So these cars are available in actually a couple different versions that I don't really see a lot of difference from. For example, this one right here, they call it, it's Sultran with 2 lines of CAPI, which is capacity text. And the other one I purchased had 3 lines. I'm still not sure. I actually called and talked to Dan about it. I don't know if they're talking about these lines of capacity text, these lines. I can't see a difference. Now the road numbers don't match exactly with the prototypes that I saw. In this particular train was the 2079, the 2092, and on this car you can see they actually added a metals management placard on the car. Looks like they slapped it right on there. That's the only one that I saw on this particular train that had that. And then an MLX 2180. And you can see there's some slight differences here and there. The stripes are different, so you almost want to look at a prototype car to determine how you'd like to letter it. Although you probably wouldn't be wrong. There's probably so many varieties of what they did on these. If you put the stripes off by a rib or two, they're probably never going to notice. You can see it does have the dots here along it. And so in looking at it, this is a very accurate, it is the exact prototype for this car. So it's very easy to make a model of it. So that is our first prototype reference. If you're interested in a modern scrap gondola, you go to the PWRS, Pacific Western Rail Systems, click into HO scale, and then you'll come up to the page with all the different versions of the car. And there's a lot of other versions as well, so there might be some running around in the United States, different areas that are lettered differently. I had on order a CSX car, but it's not available yet, so I just canceled it because I actually saw the Sultran cars. These cars are very good, very accurate. They come with the semi-fine trucks on them. So they're good cars. They're very, very nice. Well done. Prototypically, say that 4 times fast, accurate cars. There's the actual car itself. You can see it's got the semi-fine trucks or wheel sets on the trucks, and very close. So there you go. If you're interested, boom, there you go. That's very easy. Just contact the PWRS folks. You have to set up an account. It's a little unusual how you have to deal with them, but I've dealt with them for years, and it's fine. But you do have to set an account up before you can order. But there you go. Very accurate. It's a great HO scale model if you're looking for a good modern scrap gondola for your HO scale layout.